Do you know who the greatest propagator of disinformation in the history of the world is?
So this person left a comment in my comment section, and the comment read, "Let's talk about the 45 million people who died of starvation during the Great Leap Forward." This is your favorite half Chinese, and I would really appreciate it if you click the like and share the video and save the video. And then after I asked what is there to talk about, then he mentioned it was also censored in China. So what I did, I went to Baidu, the Chinese equivalent of Google in China, and typed in Chinese characters, of course, how many people starved to death during the Great Leap Forward. A little side note, when you go on Baidu, best is to type in Chinese. Now for the people who don't know how to write Chinese, use a translator and choose Chinese Simplified and just copy paste. And after that, just, have the whole page translated. And so I got this page right here, right? And then very interesting, Monica told me, right there, that the debate over the number of victims, there is much to debate about the exact number of people who died during the Great Leap Forward. Some estimates range as high as 55 million, while other sources speak of 15 to 25 million. The Chinese government has not released official figures. So that is the consensus of the West. Yes, Monica is using Western sources because she is xenophobic, which we first must establish for the commenter. The West basically says we don't know how many people died and we cannot possibly know because the government of China did not tell us, which is fair. How else can you know? Now we got that out of the way, we are going to see if it is being censored in China. And for doing that, I will click on the translator so everybody can read. And there we go. And look at the amount of pages we have. Like already on the first, I have 10 pages. And then when I click on 10, there's more and more and more. And it will only become more and more. So yes, it is far from being censored. So again, we disprove that again. So my question to you is, can we agree now that it is not being censored in China? And in fact, they even talk about what the West is saying. Can we agree on that before you start on something else? As you did on my Tiananmen Square video where I debunked that it was being censored, the exact video where you acknowledged that it was shown on a Chinese governmental site, but does not want to acknowledge that it is not being censored, which to me is so weird. Also, I want to show you this little table, and the red dot is somewhat in that time frame, and we see that the growth of the population in China was faster than in any time before. So to me, that makes 45 million people very much unlikely. In China at that time, I believe, had about 500 to 600 million people as population, so that line would not be that steep upwards. But anyway, the number is highly debatable since there are no exact figures to come to a conclusion. That's even according to Western sources. But what we can conclude is that it is not being censored in China. So whoever told you that lied to you. That must not come to you as a shocker. I hope we can agree now that it is not censored. My question is, why do you believe a media that has lied to you for so many times? And why is it so extremely important to you to be negative about China? It is not only me who's saying that our Western media is lying, but also...
Do you know who the greatest propagator of disinformation in the history of the world is? The U.S. government. Are you familiar with McNamara, the Pentagon Papers? Are you familiar with George W. Bush and the weapons of mass destruction? Are you familiar with Iran-Contra?
And also...
I was the CIA director. We lied, we cheated, we stole. It was like, we had entire training courses. It reminds you of the glory of the American experiment.
We lie, we cheat and steal, the glory of the American experiment, according to Mike Pompeo, and everybody is cheering him on. How proud you must be to be a liar, a cheat, and a thief. But yet you choose to believe them, while they are literally telling you they are liars, and these are people from the most high echelon of the United States. Now then we also have all the lies about Vietnam to start a war, about Afghanistan to start a war, about Iraq 2 times, about Iraq to start a war 2 times, about Libya to start a war, about Syria to start a war, and so I can continue the entire day. But you still choose to believe them. So my other question is, what makes you believe they're not lying to you about China? Ask any Chinese person and they will tell you that they are lying. Do you think we wouldn't know? Anyways, please drop it a like, share, and if you have not yet, then follow. This was your favorite half Chinese, and as always, have a great day.